Namaste. Good day, everyone. My name is Vinaya Sharma. I'm representing the Hindu part of the Redbridge Faith Forum, and today I'm going to talk to you about the thought of the day for the Interfaith week, which is the 12th to the 19th November 2023. And the theme for this year's Interfaith week is forgiveness and or redemption of sins. I shall be considering the concept of forgiveness in Hindu Dharma. Hinduism regards forgiveness as one of the 6 cardinal virtues, the basis of this being that a person who does not forgive carries a baggage of memories of the wrongs, the negative feelings, the anger, the unresolved emotions that may affect their present and future in a negative way. So what is forgiveness? We need to find out what forgiveness is before we can deal with it. It means different things to different people. However, in general, it involves an intentional decision to let go of resentment, anger, bitterness, and hurt and other negative feelings. So why is it important to forgive? Forgiveness improves relationships as people become more hopeful, more optimistic, and compassionate. Now this then lessens the amount of hurt, anger, stress, and the depression in their daily life. To achieve all the above, we have to understand how to do this. First of all, we need to acknowledge the hurt, example, the intensity and the other feelings of hurt. Then we need to forgive our own self first, and that has to be done totally unconditionally. At the same time, we have to be aware that in some cases, the person that you have forgiven, or even if you've forgiven yourself, may or may not change. The circumstances may change, circumstances may not change. So it's important to forgive, but not to forget, because the situation may arise again and you may come across the same person again. So what is the Hindu concept of forgiveness? Now, we start off in Hindu Dharma with the concept of you are responsible for your own actions. You cannot do something and then blame somebody else. So it's basically what you sow, you shall reap. So you're responsible for your own actions. So that's the premise that Hindus start with. Therefore, we cannot blame others if things go wrong for us. If things go wrong for me, I cannot say they went wrong because of X, Y, Z. They went wrong because of me, of what I did or did not do. So if you've done wrong and stroke right in the way, then you will get results accordingly. You'll get the right results or you'll get the wrong results or bad results. Now, basically, when you are thinking in those terms, then you need to know what is this technique which we can use to forgive people or forgive yourself to begin with. Now, in the Hindu Dharma or in the Hindu thought, there are techniques or methods to help you do that is to use those methods to forgive, first of all, yourself, and also forgive the other people who may hurt you, and also to a certain extent resolve the circumstances which make you unforgiving. And one of the first technique that we actually deal with is for ourselves, and that is, so meditate, you empty your mind of all the thoughts, and you can sit quietly in your house, in a temple, in a mandir or a church, and close your eyes and just process your thoughts and try and look inwards. You don't look outwards to see what's going around you. You look inwards and then you meditate on a specific sound or a specific mantra. Like I usually do it on Om, and I think of the meaning of Om, and I usually do this for twice a day, and generally speaking I do it at the same time in the morning and same time in the evening, and I do it the same time every day for 30 minutes. And once I've done it, I just forget about it, and I do not sort of even think about what I have done or not, and it's become a part of my habit. Forgiveness, because we are talking about forgiveness, and what I talked to you about was the techniques we have to learn to forgive ourselves. Now, and we must not confuse forgiveness with forgetting, because a lot of people say, "Oh well, forget it." You forget, but have you forgiven? So it's important to remember that. And then also, is reconciliation forgiveness? These are some of the questions you have to ask yourselves. If people talk to each other and they say they've reconciled, but have they forgiven? Have they got those out of their system? Or in a few years, and they'll come back, "Oh, you did X, Y, Z to me." So is forgiveness? Is forgetting part of forgiveness? Is reconciliation part of forgiveness? And what about ignoring? You see somebody and you just ignore them. Does that mean you've forgiven them? Or condoning, somebody does something and you feel superior and you condone them, is that forgiving them? And accountability, which again is very important, because you think you've forgiven them and those people feel, why are you accountable? Why does it matter whether you forgive them or not? So again, those are some of the issues which all come into forgiveness, which we need to address and sort out. It's this talk, I'm not going to talk about those things because that will be a very, very big topic. So basically, I am going to say that these are separate issues, like, forgetting, condoning, accountability, which should be understood independently and not confused with forgiveness. They should not be confused with forgiveness. And lastly, the concept of forgiveness is treated extensively in debates within the Hindu literature, tradition, and in epics such as the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, where the forgiveness is told you in the context of the whole of that epic, and it refers to that particular era, 5,000 years ago, 7,000 years ago. And yet when you look closely at those situations, there's nothing that's changed. The situations are very similar to what we face these days, and things that apply in our daily, ordinary lives. So the concept of forgiveness, I've talked more about it in a personal way, or for personally have been involved, but there are concepts of forgiveness which say, does a nation forgive one nation, another for a war? I haven't touched on that, but those again is a very big and a large topic which I shan't be concentrating on today. So I hope you haven't said anything to offend anybody. So basically I finish off with, forgive me. Bye-bye.